The pressure getting to you already.
Well, hello there, and welcome to shit.
Well, that wasn't creepy at all.
Welcome to our version of the top 10 games that we want for 2017. Well, we're most looking forward to in 2017. So, going from 10, we've got South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Which the name alone is just amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think.
Oh, on you go.
I haven't actually played the first one, well, much of the first one, but it's South Park. I don't have any other reason than it seems to parody a lot of what's happening with superhero franchises. It takes the piss, and it fully well knows what it's doing.
Yeah. Well, I can safely say I've not played any of the first ones. Seen loads of gameplay for it.
Yeah.
Parodying all fantasy stuff in the first place was great. Doing it again this time was taking the piss out of superhero films, Marvel and DC in particular. It just looks like it's going to be a really fun game.
Yeah. So.
Full disclosure, the only reason it's probably not higher on the list is because we're not 100% sure it's actually going to be out this year.
Yeah, so
it's meant to be, but the date's been pushed back a couple of times, so there is every possibility it won't be.
Let's hope for December.
Hopefully.
Number 9, we have Injustice 2, which I haven't actually played any of the main stories, so that's more your forte.
Given how the first one ended, it had a great storyline after Soup's killing the Joker, getting locked up at the end. It was blatantly obvious they were setting up for a second one. And considering it's made by the same people that make Mortal Kombat, you know you're in for a good fighting game. It's just...
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat have been the kings of fighting games for how long? I mean...
Since the 80s.
Well, exactly. I mean, there's no way this is going to be a bad fighting game.
No.
We did consider putting Tekken on this list.
Yeah, Tekken seems really cool, but we're going to see if the new Tekken is the Tekken that gets me back into Tekken.
Yeah. Basically, we decided we only wanted one of the fighting games on this list, and as it comes down to Injustice, it just looks so much better. It's the first one. The amount of times you were around at my house and we played that, drunken nights, all the rest of it. We played the shit out of that game.
Fucking great.
And I imagine the second one's going to be much of the same, just a little bit better.
Well, let's hope so. Number 8 is Friday the 13th. Now, it was a Kickstarted game, and it actually gained funding of $2 million to actually be developed.
Which is crazy.
It's fucking insane. I mean, I haven't seen people come together for such a crazy concept since Kung Fury, the short film which they made.
And it's coming out at a really good time. I mean, this kind of survival horror game where one person plays the monster, the rest plays the survival. Indie games are doing it a lot at the moment.
Yeah. And
this is going to lead that charge to bringing those games into mainstream even more so than they already are, I think.
And we're seeing it's taken some, if you play as Jason, we've seen in the gameplay for the beta, you've got abilities. It seems, as far as I'm aware, it seems to be you can play as survivors or you can play as Jason. It seems to mix them up. So it seems more like an outwitting rather than all-out fight.
Yeah, and they've not held back on the gore for this game whatsoever.
No, it looks fucking horrid.
From what we have seen of the kills that you can do in this game, it's really creative and really horrible. And I love both of that. So
Number 7 is Prey. Now, this is a complete reboot from the 2006 version. 2006 version was basically a Cherokee. It was a descendant of a Native American who gets abducted with his girlfriend in some crummy old pub. And you get powers from your ancestry. This is completely different. It's in the future.
Well, for a start, Bethesda have got their hands on it, which you know it's in good hands when Bethesda have got hold of a game.
Yeah.
Because anything Bethesda touches, it turns to gold, let's be honest.
The interesting thing which I seen from comparing the previous one, the 2006 version, the 2006 version let you have living weapons, like you would throw creatures and they would act as grenades, whereas this time they're focusing more on the physics side of manipulating your environment.
Yeah, they seem
which-
to have taken a lot from Dishonored, from previous Bethesda games in that sense, where there's a lot of using your environment to your advantage.
It has a Bioshock feel to it too at the same time. So I hope they distance it just that much so it doesn't feel
Yeah.
like another Bioshock game.
It looks interesting in the sense that we've never really seen Bethesda do what almost looks like a horror game to an extent.
Yeah.
I
in a
mean,
way.
they've had some games that have had horror elements, but they've never really embraced it like they seem to be doing with this. And
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it for that reason.
Yeah. So we got number 6, Destiny 2. If that's going to be its official name, as far as I'm aware, yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
The trailer, there was a teaser that came out for this, which was actually really nice.
It only
to
came out
watch.
yesterday. We were filming this
Yeah.
on, what, the 30th of March?
Something like
yeah,
that, I
30th
can't
of March
remember.
today, isn't it? So.
Yeah. And the teaser looked really, really good. I'm really happy that they're bringing this out for Xbox and PS4, and they are rumoring to be booting it for PC. So we'll see if that ties in with the new Windows 10 streaming with Xbox.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Really looking forward to that.
The one thing I took from the teaser trailer that alone had more character depth in it that I can say the entire first game had. As much as I enjoyed the first game, the campaign was crap. There was no good story there. They kind of revived that a bit with the Taken King, which did improve. There was a decent storyline there.
Yeah, I didn't really play much of the
The
Taken
Taken King was a good story. I think they'd realised they'd fucked up, especially considering they replaced Peter Dinklage as your, I've forgotten the name of it off the top of my head, but your little robot companion guy.
The Ghost.
The Ghost, that's the one. Yeah, they replaced him and just redone all his lines with someone else.
Shit, I didn't even know that.
So they realised they'd fucked up, basically. As much as it's had a loyal fan base, they did drop the ball in a lot of things. But I think they know that now, and going forward, they've got a great foundation with Destiny to build on that for Destiny 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think this could do really well this year.
Yeah. So we got number 5, which is Sea of Thieves.
I am so excited for seeing Thieves.
I'm actually looking. I'm intrigued by this. It reminds me of Team Fortress 2, like for style-wise.
Yeah,
the graphics.
graphically styled, it's definitely got that vibe going.
Yeah.
But it straight up looks like a game that's just going to be good fun to get a bunch of mates and you just go out and do whatever the fuck you want to do. And it looks like it's going to be so much fun doing it.
True.
It doesn't look like it's taking itself too seriously, which is also a good factor. Plus, it's Rare that are making it. I mean, Rare have got a fantastic track record. So, yeah, I think this is going to do amazing, and I can't wait.
Yeah. I don't know that much about this game, but still looking forward to it. Hope to see what comes of it. Number 4, we have Morrowind. Now, technically, this isn't a new game. It's an expansion.
Yeah, it's the first expansion that ZeniMax have released for the Elder Scrolls Online. Now, we've had DLC packs and that, but this is something more than that. I mean, for a start, you're going to get a nostalgia trip with this because they're bringing in all the environments and areas from the original Morrowind game. And so that alone's a reason to come back to it. There's a new class they're adding into it. Battlegrounds, which is 4v4v4 for PvP. I mean, there's a lot of reasons that ZeniMax have brought into this Morrowind expansion for players to come back.
Yeah. And I really hope that they do kind of, for the old players especially, this is going to be a nice revisit to Morrowind. I didn't play the original Morrowind.
No, I started with Oblivion. I was the same.
I haven't even played Oblivion. I've just played Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online. That's it. That's the only thing that I've played. And
Oblivion was my first one, but Morrowind has a strong fan base.
Yeah, they've definitely listened to their fan base, and there was an outcry for something Morrowind based. And this is the direction which they're taking it in.
So I'm really interested to see what this is going to look like. Based on the gameplay trailers alone, Morrowind looks stunning for a start.
And they're integrating existing characters into this new story.
Yes, if you've already played it, there's an assassin dark elf that you meet called Naryu, who
Are you? That's her name.
you will
But it was Nissa.
have a lot to do with her from what I gathered from the trailer. So
Yeah.
that's quite a nice touch that you're already going to be integrated with these characters that you already know, and you probably love them to an extent or hate them, but regardless, you're going to see them again. It's interesting for continuity of the story.
Yeah. Number 3, we have Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, this will be old footage from the first Battlefront because until April 15th, there isn't anything about this game. They have promised, apparently, that they are going to be bringing a better single-player campaign. They're going to
A better one.
fix...
They're actually going to give us
They're going to
single-player
fix the
campaign.
single-player problem.
Because the single player before was non-existent. We were talking about this before. It was glorified tutorials
It was a pile
for
of
multiplayer.
It was miles of piles. That's what it was. Miles
But
of piles.
It has so much potential with a good storyline. I mean, the multiplayer in Battlefront was great. We still play it
It's
almost
great.
on a weekly basis, and we enjoy it. We play hours at a time. The multiplayer doesn't need touched up on at all, really. It's just this single-player campaign has so much potential to be fantastic.
The only thing, and this is a slightly tough love letter to DICE, please fix the respawns in this game. You know this. Almost every single person has said this, but there is nothing more infuriating than respawning in front of your enemy. Now, yes, you do have protection for a couple of seconds, but let's be realistic. They're going to run after you no matter where you go, and you're dead. So please fix that. That would be great. This is rumored to be out 2017. We'll find out more as we find out more.
We're going to find out very soon, I think.
Yeah, so a couple of days, and then there'll be a new trailer out for it. Number 2 is Red Dead Redemption 2. I can't believe I actually forgot about this game.
The fact that you forgot about this and I was the one to remember shocked me, because you played the shit out of the first one.
That game was my life.
I barely touched it. I didn't do an awful lot on it, but you were disappeared for a long time.
This was the game which brought me, since Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, hand on heart, I haven't played another Grand Theft Auto game. Like, full stop. I haven't played 4 or 5 or any of, the Ballad of Gay Fat Tony. I've heard about them, but...
I wouldn't necessarily blame you for not playing 4 from the little I did play of it, but 5 is good. I
still haven't played it.
Credit to Rockstar that this 5's must be about 3 years old now, and it's still selling at full price.
Yeah,
because of the popularity. And that's a good sign going in for Red Dead. I mean, if they can take what they've done with GTA 5 and apply that to Red Dead, it's gonna be incredible.
It'll be interesting. There was apparently a map that was leaked a while ago from somebody that worked there, presumably, that showed it was going to be a much bigger map. Obviously, the graphics are going to be done by leaps and bounds.
Based on the cinematic trailer that we got already, it looks stunning.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see if they bring back John Marston's son, because at the end of the game, I'm not going to spoil anything, but you end up playing his son if you want to finish off the open world stuff for the rest of the game. So it'll be interesting to see if they continue the story from that, or they advance in time, or it takes place in the same time and universe as John Marston and his family.
Yeah.
The multiplayer side, I hope Posse's return, because it was actually a really good idea. It wasn't that strong, though, community-based, because people didn't quite know how to work it.
Given what they've done with the multiplayer on GTA 5, though, I mean, that's the main reason that game's still surviving right now.
Yeah.
And still selling for full price. Like
mods are through the roof.
I mean,
amazing.
The online is the reason that game's so popular.
Yeah.
And I imagine they're going to apply that to Red Dead. I mean, if you look at Rockstar's release pattern before GTA 5, they were bringing out a game, they were throwing them out constantly. And they've spent so much time working on GTA 5, and it's been years until something else is coming out.
Yeah. I mean,
they've not needed to. They can just keep...
It hasn't been that long since Red Dead 2 was announced. Maybe two or 3 months, maybe.
Yeah, and we're getting
Something
it in
like
September,
that. And it was a 1.5-minute trailer of some nice scenery.
And the internet exploded. Everyone's
Yeah.
excited for this game. It's
Well,
going to do well.
I wasn't expecting a second one. I thought that when you play
It had
the
been
first
rumoured
one,
for a while. Everybody thought it was
Yeah.
going to show up at E3 last year,
Mm.
but it didn't, which did dishearten a few people when it didn't. But it's happening.
Yeah. No, I'm glad.
It's going to be great.
So number one, it's pretty obvious.
We couldn't not put this as number
Yeah.
one. We're both ridiculously
the-
excited for this.
This game. Now I haven't actually finished the first game. I've gotten very close, so I don't know the precise details of the story. But from what I've played so far, I hope they continue the story. I like how they've implemented, they've kept the Nemesis system, they've updated it, so now you can have friends.
You should probably say what the game actually is, because you've just hinted at it.
Well, I
so
can see
far.
it on the screen. It's Shadow of War. It's Middle-earth Shadow of War.
Yes.
Shadow?
Shadow of War. It looks like they've basically they've recreated the first one, but
Yeah.
put it on overdrive and done everything. They've upgraded everything by the looks of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, they released like a 16-minute gameplay thing where they showed off all their new features, like the Nemesis system. They've upgraded the shit out of that. Combat looks a lot more fluid. There's a lot more consequences for your actions and such. Like, we've seen that you can have people in your you can recruit people into your army who can actually turn on you if you do not favor them enough.
Yeah.
I mean, they've added RPG elements where you can actually find armor in and around the world, whereas before you just ran about in the same armor constantly.
I didn't even
mean,
think about armor in the first game. There
No,
was so
I have
much.
to
There
admit,
was
neither did
so
I.
much shit to do.
the
Armor didn't cross my mind at all. It was only when you mentioned it in the trailer that it was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. They didn't hint about anything at
Well,
all.
the best part, straight up, about the Shadow games is the Nemesis system. The fact that you had your main protagonist, but you could create another main protagonist for yourself, and
Yeah.
everybody was going to have their own one. You could get killed by one of the orcs, and you could get killed by that guy over and over again. He just ascends up the ranks, getting even more powerful.
Yeah.
And I imagine we're going to get that, but on a much bigger scale, especially with fortress capture. I mean,
Absolutely. That I wasn't expecting that at all. When it was announced or when it was rumored to be released, I didn't know how they were going to ramp it up, and now we know. And I'm wet for it. Insanely moist.
Also, the fact that we're going to be able to explore more than just Mordor. I mean, we're going to get to see some of Gondor. I mean, you've seen, like, in the gameplay trailer, there's, like, Skiliath's there. We've seen Minas Morgul.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of places. There's a lot more free roaming ability in this one compared to the last one, where we only really had the two maps, and they weren't huge. But this one, it looks like they've really upped the scale on that as well. I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the minute we seen this one, we both agreed that this is a very strong candidate for Game of the Year, and it's not even out yet. I mean,
I think most people are saying that.
I genuinely believe it's going to be Game of the Year,
Yeah.
and for that alone, I can't wait. I'm really excited for this one.
And, you know, the icing on top of the cake, as you can probably see from the trailer which we're showing you, you can ride a drake.
Yes, yeah, you can ride a drake, which is something I'm really excited about.
I'm presuming you will have to unlock that in the skill tree, kind of like taming wargs from the first one.
Yeah, I
think it's
imagine it'll be
wargs.
an extension of that.
Yeah, I reckon. Could you tame? What's
You
their
could
name
ride the
again? Because
trolls.
that's the one. I wasn't entirely sure. You can, yeah.
Yeah, you could ride them to an extent anyway.
All right,
from
yeah.
what I remember. It's been a long time since I played the first one.
Well, if I remember correctly, you had to do that. You had to get to that stage. You had to do a DLC with a dwarf. I can't remember his name, but that involved taming that creature, and it gave you a special skill line to get to that stage of actually taming it. So it'll probably be around the same lines. Maybe it'll only let you do it once, but hey, once is all I need.
Yeah, pretty much. But from what I gather, it's just it's just going to be upgrading everything we've had before, and it's going to be even better than the last one.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we can summarize it. It's going to be our game of the year, I would imagine, regardless if it's not everybody else's. But I think it's definitely going to be ours.
No, I'm definitely going to enjoy this because it's been a while.
Oh yeah,
It's been a while, and I'm pleasantly surprised that they're bringing it back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very excited for it. Cannot wait.
Yeah. So that's our top 10. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you wish to see more of this, you can go through our videos. A side note with Jason, with Friday the 13th, with the whole 80s vibe, you can check out my playthrough, which I do, of a game called Stories Untold. It has the same kind of 80s vibe. It's text-based. You'll probably love it. But there's a whole trove of other things which we're going to be adding to this channel, and we really hope that you can be a part of it.
Yeah, we're going to try and bring gameplay for some of these games at least.
Yeah, we're going to
onto the channel. Like Jason, I imagine we're going to try. If we don't get it onto the YouTube channel, we're definitely going to try some of this on Twitch at least.
Yeah, we've got our Twitch as well.
Which we may release the videos from Twitch onto YouTube if there's a demand for it. I mean, if you guys want it, we'll definitely upload them.
No, there's definitely something to consider. But thank you very much, and I'll see you later.
See you next time.
Bye.